Alright guys, we've already got the engine out. Let's get the gearbox out. First up, we're going to get the drive shafts out. So we need to take off the suspension so the hub will move down so we can get the drive shaft out. So we'll get the 32mm onto that, loosen it off, and hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so I've loosened off the nut with the deep 32mm. Use the cheetah pipe, get more leverage on it, pop that off so it's good. I haven't actually looked behind here yet, but there should be an ABS there. Down there, we'll get that out. We'll get these two bolts off here and we should be able to pop it out. Alright guys, so up here with the center speed ABS sensor, we've got a 12mm, and in the hub there is a 10, and over on the brake line we have another 12. So we're going to take these 19s off now, and that will drop this out of the way. Could also take the shock out. We've got those three up there that are loose. One's tight, two are loose. And at that point we could change it over for the stock Bilsteins as well, so might do that. Alright guys, so I've loosened off these two bolts. I've taken the bottom one out, just got the top one in, which is the camber bolt, and then I've gone to pop out the drive shaft from the gearbox. So you can see down here it's popped out a bit. Let's get under the car, I'll show you how I did it. Alright, so there is the right hand side one. You can see how far in it is, and the left hand side one. So what I did was just got a pry bar, small pry bar, and just wedged it in there. It's just enough room to get it in there, and then just tapped it, rotated the hub with my hand, my left arm over here, and just worked my way around it, and it just popped out. It's pretty easy. So now we need to get the suspension off, and it will drop down, and then we can get that drive shaft out, and then we'll just repeat it on the other side. Alright, I've got the drive shaft out. It is toast. Now I do have the coil lever back in because this is the corner that is damaged with the Bilstein, so that had to go back in. It's all bolted up. We'll take the brakes off, and so we can fit the XT wheels or the GT wheels on this, just to push it outside. Shouldn't wreck the bearings, but yeah, we should be good. Alright, onto the right hand side. We're going to do it a little bit different because I learned something. Right, so on the other side the sway bar link is disconnected, so we should be able to drop this down further. I'm going to take everything off just like the other side, so brakes, sensors, and get the 19 bolts out, and we'll get the 32 off first. Alright, just draining the oil. We'll come back a bit later and we'll get the gearbox out tonight. Hopefully get started on the diff as well. So I've drained the oil and cleaned up under there. I've taken the shifter out, it's just down here, so that won't be going back in ever again. So I'm at the point of where I was when I did the bushes on that. So heat shield's off, everything's off, back of the gearbox. So we need to jack up the back and undo the drive shaft from the rear diff. Alright, I've got the 4 12mm bolts out of the diff to the tail shaft, baggy them up. So what I did was rotate it, put the handbrake on so I could get them off, then released it, turned it. So yeah, so now we need to get the carrier bearing off, and then the tail shaft should come out. So what I'm going to do is put the jack under the gearbox, jack it up, make sure it's all good and safe for me to be under there when I take the carrier bearing out, because it could drop, because it's just resting. It's got one there, and then resting on the cross member it's got one brace there, mount. Alright, got it out. That was hard. Broke the mount, this one here, so I'll have to get another one of that. Ripped it off the gearbox. I should have taken it off, but the thing is, I had the jack on that part. Actually, I had it on this bit, but you got to unbolt it from there, so yeah. Anyway, they look cooked before I need to replace them anyway. But yeah, I got the gearbox out. Needs a bit of a clean up. I'll go over it. What I don't need, I'll take off. I don't need all these O2 sensors. This is the vehicle, the speed sensors. Alright, GoPro decided to turn off on me. Can't remember where I was at, but I ended up taking the calipers off the front so we can get the wheels on, so we can get the front down, so the back end is up higher, so we can get the diff out tomorrow, because it's about 11:30 now. So yeah, let's get this on the ground. The only issue we'll have is got two different size shocks. So I've got the BCs and the Bilsteins. So it's going to be a little wonky donkey. Okay, it's the next day, or the next night. We have the wheels off, we have these nuts loose. Let's take in the back section of the exhaust off. So now we've got the diff exposed. I was hoping that I could just drop the diff and the drive shafts come out of here and just keep it all together. Fingers crossed I can do that. That'd be good if I could. Let's see how that goes. Right, we have the diff out. Unfortunately, this inner boot here is split, but I believe these shafts are the same as the Forester, so we should be able to just swap them over. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put the wheels back on, lower it down, obviously get everything out from under there, get the exhaust out, and for now that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Next time we'll pull out the clutch, master cylinder and the pedal and all that, and then we'll roll this out, clean up the gearbox and diff, maybe give it a paint. What do you think? Should I paint it or just clean it up? And then we'll bring the Forester in.